Hi and welcome, my name's Alex and I've been filming pine martens up here in mid Wales for probably around 4 years, something like that. I've been tracking them and filming them, and I finally managed to get, within the last year, film of pine martens fairly regularly up in the woods by me. And this is quite an exciting video because, as I promised in my last one, I was hoping now the days are longer. I've actually managed to get some footage of them in colour in the daylight, which is really rare footage, so I'm really excited to see that. But one of the things is, these pine marten that we see now on these videos, these have obviously survived the winter, and so that probably needs a little bit of putting in context, really. At this time of year, I've got to say, mid Wales is one of the most beautiful places. It's absolutely stunning, and it's easy to think that it always stays like this, but of course this is really a real recent upturn in the weather. In actual fact, we've had like a few months of snow, cold and very short food supply. So what's actually happening now? Well, in the forest it's quite difficult to see what's going on because it's dark, the pines are huge and the pine martens are high up, and so's the food supply. But if you have a little look around, like I manage a small wildlife reserve, and that's got quite a lot of wildlife on it, and the surrounding area as well, even though that's not exactly where the pine martens are, it gives a good indication of what's happening. So this is what the pine martens will be eating, and this is what they'll be doing at the moment. We've got this real influx at the moment of the migratory birds, these birds coming in from Africa. Like this beautiful little pied flycatcher here. Now he's deciding what nest box he likes the look of. Looks like he's kind of taken a shine to this one, so I think that's probably where he's going to go. But the point is that all these birds they're feeding and breeding at the moment, and there's probably 2-3 times as many birds as there were around these woods and around these fields maybe 2 months, well, a month ago actually. So all of a sudden we've got loads more birds, loads of ground nesting birds, and even though this isn't something you'd find in the forest, like these geese, it goes to show there's a lot of birds around here that have all come in and they're nesting on the ground, and they're really easy food. So there's a lot of birds around here which are making ideal food probably for the pine martens, but also there's other things on the move as well. So while all these birds are coming in, there's other things that's thinking about breeding and is much more active and easy to find at the moment. There's rabbits, there's hares, which are difficult to film, but they're around here as well. They've got young. They're up in where the pine marten is, and then there's the ground stuff like the hedgehogs and all those things, and voles, of course, which is, I mean, that's just an explosion of food really at the moment. So the thing with the voles, and the reason you know they're doing so well, is I've got another camera trap by some nest boxes, and I kind of wondered whether there was any owls in it. So it's not the best footage always from camera traps, but you can just see here, I could see in the background that there were some chicks there, so I know they're doing all right, and the mum and both the parents are always hanging around near the box, so they're easy to see, and that tells you more than the fact there's just owls in there. That tells you they've timed their breeding to go with the explosion in the vole numbers. There's going to be so many voles around here now over the next few weeks that they'll be able to feed 2 chicks and mum and dad of the tawny owls. And the same thing is happening in the forest with the pine marten. Where there used to be a few mice and a few voles, those that have survived the winter are now breeding like crazy. So what we're going to have is a really good outlook for these pine marten here over the summer. This isn't going to be a problem period from them. They'll be breeding, and they'll be having to hunt to feed, but it's not going to be difficult times for them. This is kind of easy street, which is great because this is Wales's rarest mammal. I've been filming it now for about a year. There's very few numbers of these. So the fact they've survived the winter, and the fact that we're at this time of year with this beautiful spring and this beautiful summer weather that's just coming around the corner, that means that these pine marten have survived, and if they breed, they're going to be here to film and to enjoy for another year. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe down below. Thank you.